Call meeting order, say pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Woo!
It's warm in here. I thought it was gonna be chilly.
Oh, wow. Happy Monday. Commissioner, review an update. What you got, Trish?
Let me see. I have my reading stuff here. Oh, did somebody go to the employee task force? I mean, do you know if one of the commissioners
I
wanted to?
think Alex, no, he had a safety meeting.
Oh.
I wasn't invited to it.
Huh?
I wasn't invited to it.
Well, I knew we were taking turns and I was at the last one, so I didn't know who was gonna take care of this.
Alex, no.
Hopefully he did. He'll be here later, I guess, Betsy said. But we, the Child Care Coalition, this is Friday, it was, provider, appreciation day. And so, we delivered donuts, signs, goodies put together by the Pilot Club and United Way. Books were given by United Way to each of the child care centers and the home daycares, thank you, in the community, and that was very well received. We had a good time delivering them and everybody was appreciative. Still working on some grants with the coalition, and I'm gonna have another meeting today, or Friday, about putting in for some of the larger grants with the state. And then I've been asked to serve on the AUSA board, and tomorrow will be my first meeting, so I'll see what all that entails. I'm not sure what that entails, but I need to learn saying it. We had a meeting, Betsy and I and Troy, Alan Dingle, Chief Lamb, and Britton Stites. Had a meeting about some of the changes that are going on with us putting AP and the payroll and all under finance, and then having the drug task force move out of the building, annex building. I think it was a productive meeting. I think they understood why we were doing some stuff. They did ask for some changes to the dates, and I want to talk to you guys about that later on this afternoon when that's on the agenda. I think it's on this afternoon. But this convention bond keeps on coming up, and we got a letter from Mr. Stites requests and legally demands the 2022 payment for the convention center. I still think that this needs to have some more discussion. When this was taken out years ago, they added a bond and another $1.8 million to this bond, and have since then refinanced it twice without including us in the discussion, and have added other city debt. Their savings is over $312,000, half of which I feel should be given to us. I mean, we have been paying on that bond. These refinances were not done with our approval or even information. It wasn't until Tammy got here that we even knew any of this occurred. So as far as I'm concerned, we don't owe that $155,000, but I guess the judge can tell us. And then I've received some, I don't know where this came from, but I've had several people contact me to ask me if we are paying for somebody to winter their cattle, and that is not true. I don't know where that came from, but we are not wintering anybody's cattle. That's all I have.
The convention center, yeah, I don't think it's our responsibility. I agree with, if they're saving that kind of money and using it for other city debt, then we should benefit from it. because they never did let us know that they were refinancing. Well, even before I got here, they didn't.
Yeah, but the last refinance was in 2021 and we were all here.
Yeah, but they didn't tell us.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I mean, you know, I don't know if there were some discussion about it with others, but nothing in official had been
Mhm.
put over to us.
Well, the only meeting I had this week or last week was, EDC. Of course, I've been in touch with the governor's office. That SB 8 bill, I got some nice conversations and emails, and the governor shares all our concerns. They were disappointed they didn't hear, and maybe I shared this last week, but they were disappointed they didn't hear from more cities and school boards on that.
On the,
SB 8.
yeah, she vetoed it though.
Yeah, and so, through conversations with the person I talked to, that's what she was leaning towards, and then he sent me a confirmation that she was gonna veto it. And so, I don't know that they got the votes overridden.
It said in the article that I read they did not.
Yeah, I didn't think so, because it was 26-14 or something. And that didn't prove it. So the meeting I had with EDC, there's nothing really much in the, normal function of the EDC report. They're still, working on some projects, and they're supposed to, they think that they can make an announcement here soon, on, some companies coming to town.
Different ones that are already here.
Yeah. But basically it was just updates. And then, as well as I do, at the end of the meeting, the city manager can make a comment, and then the county commissioner representative makes a comment. Well, when they called on the city manager, he brought up the fact that we were gonna get out of the NPC, the Metropolitan Planning Commission. And so he talked about all that and said he didn't feel like they were informed or given a heads up, and so everybody just had this blank look on their face, and then the chairman asked whether I had something to respond, and I said, yeah. I said, they did know ahead of time, and I said, all we did was formally send the letter, or approve the letter last Monday. And that there was a meeting Tuesday, which I wasn't part of, but, that I heard went relatively well.
I thought so.
So after talking to our counselor, she informed me that she thought it went well, and it's, like you said, negotiating over dates, basically. But I was very disappointed in the way he approached it and the way he treated me. And then I called him about another matter, which had to deal with this Teams meeting on the 18th at 11 in the morning with KDOT.
Oh, okay.
All of us are invited to join.
Okay.
Okay, well, KDOT talking about the interchange tether.
Oh, okay.
Interchange. So I got to thinking about it, and I didn't bring it up at the EDC meeting, but so I called Alan in the afternoon and I said, hey, if we do this, then it's an open meeting. What's your thoughts? And he said, I've already contacted Ames, the gentleman that sent out the email, and said, city wouldn't do that, that he could have maybe one or two commissioners, but not the whole board. And so he said, it's kind of up to you what you want to do, but I don't think we want to do it either, have all three of us. So I didn't know, since it's in your district.
Yeah, I can go. I need to look through my, my emails, because I don't remember getting that. I'm sure Corey has it.
It's from Mr. Ames.
Okay.
I don't think Corey was CC'd on it. I'll have to, look and see. But, word's already out from some of the people out in that area. And they're not on the invite list, but they heard about it and they, I guess, the way it reads, that would be an open meeting unless just one of us attend. Quite frankly, Tammy, I would like you to join it, because they're talking about, the benefits, how much would the county be willing to spend on road upgrades out there, once it goes in? And,
When is it?
it's the 18th at 11 in the morning.
I'll be gone.
Oh, that's right, you're gone. Okay. All right.
I mean, actually, I'll be driving to Kansas City then, so I could call in if I needed to.
I can go.
Okay.
But they didn't send me the, link.
You're not supposed to.
Not
drive.
yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm riding. I actually
Oh,
have
you're
somebody driving.
Yeah.
But thank you.
I thought it said that they would send the link out. But it's Mr. Ames, is that it?
Yeah, it says a little, yeah, I'll,
What's
So
the
I
first
think-
name?
Howard.
Howard. So I just think that, so that we're not,
Violation.
in an open meeting and violating anything, but, if you're willing to do it, I mean,
No, I'll do it.
personally, I think that interchange does need to happen.
For growth, yeah.
Yes.
Responsible growth.
But I do know that they're gonna want us, some of the rumblings I've heard is they're gonna want us to put some bills on infrastructure out there. So, anyway, Thursday was a wild day. So, and then, yes, we'll talk more about, the MPC later this afternoon.
Okay.
All right. And just so you know, Betsy's going to a kindergarten circus this morning.
Well, family first?
Yeah, so
I told her I'd rather go to a bar fight than kindergarten service.
she'll be here when it's over. My best is,
Dang it, I forgot my wallet.
what'd she say, acrobat, I think. She's an acrobat.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Poor little girl's gonna have her tonsils out next week, so. And
Two of my kids have had their tonsils out. One is a kid, one is an adult. You have to have them out. Do it as a kid. I just think that they get over it a little bit easier if it's a kid.
oh, definitely. I never had mine out.
I haven't either. Been told I need to, but I haven't.
I'd get them out just so I could eat ice cream.
You what?
I'd get mine out just so I could eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Guilt-free ice cream?
Yeah.
Crystal, you ready?
I am. Since Betsy's not here yet, I'd like to postpone my executive session until she's here.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, all I have this morning then is an update from the employee task force. First, I'll remind Keith that you're up next, April
Oh,
14th.
we were wondering, did Alex?
Alex did attend.
Okay.
Mhm.
When is it?
April 14th, 5-day, not April, June 14th.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, I'm going backwards, going forwards, June 14th.
We're at.
Emergency conference room. They've been really nice hosting it. Everybody seems to like it over there, so
I kinda
that's
like
where we'll keep going. So long as they've got the patience to put up with us. We went over the policies that we had recently approved, and then also the policies that they would like us to review going forward. We're gonna do communications policy and also look at the social media policy as part of that. And we're also gonna do the disciplinary policy and spelling out the stages of the discipline, and of course, reminding everyone that the county does reserve the right to skip steps if necessary based on the severity of the issue or what it may do. I think this is gonna be very beneficial because we'll have feedback from various departments and various levels within the departments because they may recognize something that some other people don't about, well, what about this? What about that? So I did remind them that I can't write a perfect policy. I wish I could, but that we'll do the best we can to make sure that everybody at all levels feels like their needs are met and that it's written well enough that the average person can understand it. I think their concern was that a lot of policies, especially disability policies, are written in such that that it's too easy for them to get in trouble, or it's too easy for it to be subjective instead of objective. So we'll do the best we can to spell it out so people know what is expected, what's not allowed, and that kind of stuff, so that they don't have to worry about accidentally doing something that will get them in trouble. Our third quarter employee appreciation event proposed, and Alex is on board, was the ice cream social again. That went over very well last year. There was a request from 2 other departments that we have something separate, same thing, but just a separate times for them because what works for us doesn't work for them. So we'd like to do one for the county office building where like CBB and health department can come over here, community corrections can come over here. But a separate one for public works so that they can do it a day and make a determination is when they'll have more people in off the roads because so many people couldn't participate last time because they'd been out and about, and also one for the sheriff's office. So that it can be, obviously we don't expect all 3 of you to attend all 3 of them. If you can, that's great. But if we could have at least one commissioner at each one of those, dates are still to be determined. But it'll be sometime in the third quarter, if the commission is okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. And again, Alex was on board with that. He said, just tell him where to go and he'll show up. So we also discussed our fundraising. They shortened it down to a list of 2 that they thought were the best ones to go, and to do a tiebreaker, they sent that we have 2 of our committee members are heading that so that I don't have to do everything, which is really nice to get volunteers. And they limited it down to 2, and they sent an email out last week to do a tiebreaker. So I haven't heard the results of that yet, but as soon as we have that result, I will let you know. And they did some ideas for the fundraiser. And besides the original, like bake sales and things like that, one of them was rent a commissioner. Alex is on board, especially with our caveat that we don't have all the details yet. So of course you guys aren't committed unless or until we get the details worked out. But basically it's whichever department raises the most money can rent a commissioner. And again, we don't have the details, so I don't know if it's for an hour, 2 hours, half a day, a whole day. But they can put you to work. So if Public Works wins and they want to put you on a mower, you get to mow grass for an hour, 4 hours, whatever.
I want to try a skid loader.
So depends on what they need at the time. The sheriff's office, maybe they'll put you in the jail and have you go alongside a jailer or something like that. So
Maybe the bite suit.
and Alex volunteered to do a ride along. So if, however, a commissioner is assigned a task that they don't find appealing, they can, by donating twice what was collected by that department, get out of the rent a commissioner thing. So Alex was for it, pending, of course, the details that we work out.
Yeah.
Are the other commissioners on board?
Yeah.
Okay. I do think that this is going to raise us a lot of money. So, and then that's
Are you
basically,
saying we're that valuable?
yes,
Okay.
being able to
I
put,
think they want to see us do some
yeah,
down and dirty stuff.
yep. And
Kind
even,
of fun.
even some of the office, even some of the internal offices thought it would be fun to put people to work making copies, scanning things in, stuff
Just
like
don't
that.
let her run the printer.
Yeah, don't let me run the printer or anything electronic. I can do gas stuff.
She did good in this slide this morning. So.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Did you want to go ahead and do our executive session now since we have time, or do it later
What are we doing?
on the new positions or moved positions?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
We do it now. 5 minute executive, 5 minutes, you think's enough? 5 minute executive session on non-elected personnel pay. Please.
So moved.
Second, on favor, aye.
That'll save some having to add at the end of the day. I don't think, no, that one's kept.
You might just leave it up there.
Sure.
So from the,
Makes sense, just when, if the door's open, nobody can see it, so.
right,
Now, can you shut it down? She's trying, isn't she?
oh,
What?
Are you
The owl
shutting it
needs to
down?
go to sleep.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, and then somebody sent me a text and I was a squirrel. It was a squirrel.
I could just turn the owl off if you want.
That's all right.